Hello and welcome to Chicken Tuesday. It's actually Sunday the 27th of December at the moment, and it's actually quite a nice day, although we're just having a little rain shower just as I start recording. Yeah, but it's actually glorious today compared to what it was yesterday, because on the 26th of December all around the UK we were buffeted by Storm Bella. And Storm Bella brought really high winds of, here we had winds up to about 55 miles an hour. And I mean, that's bad enough at the best of times, because it can cause some challenges in the garden and blowing things about and so on. But because we're in a lockdown situation with the chickens, and as well as our normal runs, quite often, well, most of us have got tarpaulins or netting or additional protection to stop wild birds getting into the chickens, because wild birds are the transmitters of bird flu. So we've got, you know, additional things attached to our runs or covering our runs or whatever. Got the crow. And you know, tarpaulin and high winds do not mix. So I know already from looking on social media that many people have, you know, had damaged runs. They've had tarpaulins, you know, pull away and disappear. I even read of someone that had an igloo, a plastic coop, a very high quality plastic coop, but unfortunately it was blown away and ended up, you know, 20 metres away. Although the chickens were okay, thankfully. So yeah, so it has been a very, very challenging day and night yesterday into this morning. So let me just take you around and show you what Storm Bella has done to my setup. It started to, I think it's sleet. You can certainly hear little ice particles, for want of a better term, hitting the tarp here. Yeah, and I can see them. I don't know whether you can see them. Little bits of ice hitting the tarp. Again, I think it's a shower, so it should go off shortly. Okay, so here we are round at the chicken run, and the chicken run is here with the coop here, and you can see the tarp is still there. And actually yeah, I have to say, we have done, you know, come off really, really well after the storm, but it took a bit of effort, I have to tell you. So let me just take you around. So you can just see here, now my last Chicken Tuesday, which I'll put a link to, explained, you know, what I'd done to set all this up. And in effect what I've done is I've just put a tarp over the existing run, which is protected from the wild birds anyway, but I wanted to create this area out here where Tom and I could sit and commune with the chickens, and also give them the opportunity, because if I go down here, give them the opportunity to have a leg stretch, a little bit more space. I've added a bit more of a dust bath out here as well to let them have a dig about in there. So that's the setup. Large, I think it's a 5 metre by 4 metre tarp that I've used, and it's attached all the way around to the fence over there, and then to this big shed here, then to a couple of tent or gazebo type pegs that are screwed into the ground. You can see one there, and there's another one just over there. Then it's attached to this shed, and then it's attached to this shed at the top, And that's us back round to the start. So yeah, I've attached it all the way round. The saving grace, I have to say, has been these guys. These are sort of plastic clamps with teeth that you just screw on, and it just gives you an extra eyelet. You can see there if I do that, an extra eyelet to attach your tarp to somewhere to try and keep it taut and to stop it flapping around. Because actually the eyes on the tarp itself, you don't have that many. They're 1 metre apart actually. And then if I can do this, that one actually just broke. It just burst in the high winds. I think that maybe burst a couple of days before Bella hit. So, excuse me, I've added more of the clamps. There's one there. There's one here. There's an ordinary eyelet. There's another clamp there. Oh, sorry about the sun. And then up here, I've got clamps to give me extra holes, extra eyelets. Because, like here you can see that one's just about to go. That eyelet that was on the tarpaulin originally is just about to go. So I've sort of backed it up with some clamps. So they have been the absolute making of the tarpaulin staying in place. And the other good thing is this sort of setup here, which is the telescopic clothes pole with the cups on the end. Occasionally, you can see this one's a bit slanty. Here, I probably need to secure it down here as well as here. Occasionally they have moved, and actually you can see down here, sorry I'm moving about quickly, what happened. The clothes pole actually went through the end of that, and unfortunately my main piece of damage, if I can see it, is there's a hole. See the hole there in the tarp? So what must have happened is that the wind billows the tarpaulin up, so it actually comes off the top of the clothes pole, and that must have happened, and the cups come off the end of the clothes pole, and when the tarpaulins come back down, or in fact maybe the cup didn't even come off, it probably just it looks like the clothes pole's gone through that, and then it's gone through the tarpaulin. The other thing I'm glad I did was I put, you can see the yellow and black ropes there across the top of the tarpaulin to try and prevent it billowing too badly. To be honest, when we came round here, the noise was pretty phenomenal, and the tarpaulin was going bonkers. It was getting dragged in all directions, but it was, you know, it stayed put. It stayed put. We had to add extra clamps, and we had to sort of, sometimes they unhooked, so we had to hook them back up again, and sometimes the clothes poles just came awry a little bit, and we had to come and fix those. So if we'd left it all day yesterday, then there would be a lot more damage, but because we came out and we continually just tweaked and, you know, tightened things, we were able to keep it more or less intact. And you know, I feel very chuffed that I've managed to keep it, because it really was pretty hairy out here, and I know other people have experienced the same thing. But anyway, yeah, so I'm very pleased that we still have our tarpaulin, we still have our play area for the girls, and our seating area for Tom and I, albeit it's pretty darn cold, so we have to wrap up warm when we come out here. So that's enough of the woes of Storm Bella. Let's have a look at the girls. So in last week's Chicken Tuesday, I also had a little chat to you about Beryl, this beautiful girl here. And Beryl has come into lay, and because she suffered from a problem with her reproductive system and had like an impacted and infected oviduct that caused her to lay internally and nearly die. So we started giving her hormone implants. Are you just hiding down there now, Beryl? I'm having a wee chat about you. So as of last week, we knew she was starting to come into lay, and so I booked her into the vets to go along and get her implant. Because, and in fact, while I was making the video, Beryl, what are you up to? While I was making the video, she actually laid a soft-shelled egg. So we thought, right, okay, let's get her implanted. It's important to stop her, to sort of stop things in its tracks so she doesn't have any problems. So that was on the Sunday, I think I recorded that. Hello, wee girl. But 2 days later, she laid again, and we were due to go, that was Tuesday. On the Wednesday we had booked into the vet. So on the Tuesday she laid again, but this time it was a beautiful, perfect egg. Absolutely gorgeous. So I thought, well, if she has laid a lovely egg without it, there being any signs of there being a struggle, I wonder if maybe the infection and the challenges she had have resolved themselves after her not laying for a year. So I thought, I wonder. So when we went to the vet on Wednesday, I had a chat and said, look, is there a chance that these things might have resolved themselves? And if it said, well, we don't know. Yes, there is a chance. We don't know if that's the case or not. I said, well, do you think it would be worthwhile just holding off giving her the hormone implant just to see if she does get into regular, proper laying again rather than having problems? And Katie, the vet, said, yep, absolutely not a problem. She gave her a once over, and excuse me, she, in all aspects that you can see, she's in rude health. Looking, great weight, great condition, perky, chatty, just, looking brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, after she had her checkup, we came away from the vet without giving her the implant. So that was on Wednesday, and it is now Sunday. So what has happened in the meantime? So she had laid a soft-shelled egg on the Sunday. She laid a proper egg on the Tuesday. So I figured she was in this like two-day sort of cycle of laying eggs. So I figured on the Thursday, which was Christmas Eve, she would potentially lay again. So I kept a good eye on her, and she was certainly very, very vocal and very, outward. I did notice her a couple of times in the coop, not sitting on the nest, but she just wandered in and was having a little look. So I thought, okay, she's not laid, but there's not necessarily anything to make me think she has laid internally. Because that's that's in fact what happened with her. I caught her a few times before, when she fell ill. I caught her a few times sitting in the nest box, sitting there quite the thing as though she was laying, and then coming out a while later without leaving an egg behind. And actually what was happening there is it was happening inside. The egg wasn't coming out, and she was getting all impacted, and it was all going terribly wrong in there. So I was very conscious of making sure that I watched her to see if she was going to do that. So that was Christmas Eve, that was Thursday. She didn't really sit in the nest as far as I could tell. She just went in, came back out again a couple of times. So I thought, okay, well, let's see Christmas Day. She's bound to lay on Christmas Day, since she hadn't laid the day before. Christmas Day came and went, and we were out a few times because we were at home, but nothing. Didn't catch her in the coop, in the nest box, nothing at all. So I thought, right, okay, maybe then Boxing Day, definitely Boxing Day, that's got to be the day. Because, when they're in lay, and particularly Beryl being a hybrid, when she is in proper lay, she would lay well, actually she'll maybe lay about 5 eggs a week, but you know, every second day would be what I would expect as they were starting back out after being off lay. So I thought Christmas Day, definitely get something Christmas Day, and we did, but not what we wanted. She was being very loud and very chatty and almost sort of, I suppose it was an egg song. Oh, hello. It was an egg song, but when I looked in the nest box, it was a soft-shelled egg. So, poo. So that's been 2 soft-shelled eggs and an ordinary egg. Don't think she's laid internally, so I think she's okay in that regard. So we're still in, you know, the holidays, so I can't exactly take her to the vet today, and I don't think there's that urgency. But we'll see how she is today / tomorrow, and if she doesn't lay a proper egg again, then I'll, you know, in the next 2-3 days, I will take her back to the vet, hopefully before the New Year's holiday, and get the implant in. So it was worthwhile trying just to see if we could keep her from not needing that implant, because she has such a perky personality when she's not got the implant. She is a bit more subdued when she has got it, but can't be helped. The important thing is to keep her healthy, and if she isn't laying properly, then it could just end in tears, you know, like it almost did last time. So yeah, it's important just to keep an eye to see if she is going to get into a regular rhythm of laying proper eggs. But if not, then we get the implant, and that's it. So that is Beryl's story this week. She's over there hiding. What are you doing? Oh, you're getting the sun, girls. There's a bit of sun coming in, and look at that. They're huddled over there. That's Hamble on the left, Matilda in the middle, and Beryl on the right. So that's 3, and for the regular viewers, you'll know that I have 6 girls. So here are the other 3. But this little girl here, or quite big girl actually, this is Jemima. And Jemima has just come out of the nest box. She's not doing an egg song, so I don't know whether she's laid, probably hasn't, but she's been in there for, I don't know, maybe an hour. So she's going to come into lay, I think. She's off that mind. Her comb is starting to redden up. It's still quite pink, but it's a bit redder than it was before. That's another indicator that she's going to come into lay. So yeah, let's just have a wee look in the nest box and see if she has laid and hasn't bothered with an egg song. Oh, she has, look. Oh, Jemima. Oh, thank you, big girl. Freshly laid egg. Oh, what a clever girlie. Look at that. And you see it's still wet. Gosh. I'll put that back in it. Oh, that's so exciting. It's lovely. I mean, we keep chickens, not, you know, it's nice to get eggs, but they are pets with benefits. But it is so lovely getting eggs, and it's lovely when you do it and there's no hassle. Eh? What a clever girl. Yay! So, that's Jemima coming back into lay. Yes, good girl, Jemima. Oh, it's so exciting. Cool. So, I think that's it for this week's Chicken Tuesday. Bit of excitement on the egg laying front and on the tarpaulin front as well, but that's more or less okay. I hope all you other chicken keepers out there have fared as well as I have after Storm Bella, and if you haven't, I hope your girls are okay. I suppose the bottom line for us all is infrastructure, things can be replaced, but not our chickens. I'll call it a halt for now. I hope you've all had a lovely, lovely Christmas, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.